strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. A give. This is Montgomery. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. David Montgomery, 35 yards. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Throwing, Mayfield. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion...
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Still going. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Touchdown, Detroit! David Montgomery with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate it. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. He'll buy some time right. Looking for Godwin, and he's got it complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
He completes it to Evans. And they'll get him down as he's in. 40. 21-0 our score after one. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get...
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And just shutting him off there. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
A lot of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards. A big play there on 4th.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. Here's Mayfield. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Mayfield. Little out route here, complete to Shepard. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 23 yards on the play. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Irving. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Mayfield now. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Keith, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers are on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 70 yards. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this 1st half. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this 1st half. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Now Mayfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Well, they've looked his way quite a bit in this 1st half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
The ball comes out, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this 1st half of action. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Mayfield looks to throw. This one taken in by Otten. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. From the 38, Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Forced out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I'm sure there was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
If there's one thing they aren't lacking in, it's confidence. They took a big and maybe unnecessary risk going for that 4th down. He put them on his shoulders, though, and paid off the big-time gamble.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is Shepard on the catch. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Mayfield now from the 50. They'll roll him out right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Partner, I see you reaching for the white flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but I understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So game plan, it's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
Well, in tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Following the interception, Mayfield dancing to his left. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Carlton Davis picks it, and the Lions force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often, but most of the time, it's for people who are on offense. In this case, it's the defense as a whole, all locked in with each other, all ready to go.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Off play action. Here's Goff, rolling to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Sam Laporta, 36 yards. And the Lions have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Finding room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Finding Otten once more. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got Otten. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Mayfield. And my goodness, another interception. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Extra point attempt here still to come. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And now here's another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And it looks like the defense has got it. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Play action. It's Goff. He'll buy some time right. Wright's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Following the penalty, Montgomery might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. So still 14 yards to go, second down. Now a play fake, and it's gone. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. Now a run with Montgomery. A great move in there, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Goff going to throw it. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But here's a diving catch right side. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From the gun, Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 34. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing, Mayfield. This is caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Powerful running. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Partner, a pretty solid, convincing win here in this one. We did have some excitement down to the very end, though. This game ended on a rare onside kick, but they didn't recover it.
And they were in great shape anyway, but going ahead and recovering, finishing things off, being part of that good hands team, it's an honor, but you want to make sure